When you think of deserts, you picture heat and sand, but some of the world's driest places are locked in ice. These are cold deserts, lands of rock, wind, and minimal life, where survival is a daily battle against the cold. Today we'll journey to the ends of the earth to explore these frigid, fascinating deserts. Defined by a lack of precipitation, not heat, these places challenge everything you know about deserts. Here, moisture is trapped as ice, and only the hardiest life survives. Ready to have your idea of a desert turned upside down? Let's begin. Our journey starts at the bottom of the world, Antarctica. It's the highest, driest, coldest, and windiest continent on Earth, almost entirely buried beneath a massive ice sheet. Antarctica is the largest desert on the planet, receiving less precipitation than the Sahara. In some areas, it hasn't snowed or rained for millions of years. The air is so cold and dry that any moisture instantly freezes, locked away as ice. Life here is minimal. Microscopic organisms lie dormant in the soil, waiting for a rare moment of warmth. Katabatic winds, some of the strongest on Earth, shape the landscape and create perpetual blizzards. Near the coast, the Southern Ocean brings life. Penguins gather in vast colonies, surviving by huddling together and braving the harshest winters. Emperor penguins breed in the dead of winter, with males incubating eggs through months of darkness and cold. Beneath the ice, krill thrive, supporting whales, seals, and penguins. Seals, like the Weddell, use their teeth to keep breathing holes open in the ice, hunting in the dark waters below. Antarctica is also a scientific goldmine. Ice cores drilled here reveal Earth's climate history, stretching back hundreds of thousands of years. These frozen records tell us about past ice ages and offer crucial insights into our climate future. Antarctica's ice regulates sea levels and influences weather patterns worldwide. It's a place of extremes, but also a living archive of our planet. The scale of its dryness and the endurance of its life are astonishing. Antarctica is not just a frozen wasteland, it's a vital part of Earth's story. What surprises you more? The sheer dryness, or the life that endures here? Let's move north to another icy desert. The journey continues. Now, to the Arctic, a polar desert of sea ice, permafrost, and endless white. Unlike Antarctica, the Arctic is an ocean surrounded by land, covering parts of Canada, Greenland, and Siberia. Precipitation is scarce, mostly as fine snow, and the ground stays frozen year-round. Permafrost. In summer, melting snow creates a brief explosion of life: shallow lakes, marshes, and a rush of plant growth. Plants grow low to the ground, forming dense mats to survive the wind and cold. The growing season is just weeks long, so everything happens fast. Millions of migratory birds arrive to breed, and herds of caribou follow the new growth. Permanent residents like muskoxen and polar bears are true specialists. Polar bears depend on sea ice to hunt seals, but as the ice melts earlier each year, their survival is threatened. The Arctic is warming twice as fast as the rest of the planet, making it a frontline for climate change. Thawing permafrost releases greenhouse gases, creating a dangerous feedback loop. The changes here are rapid and profound, threatening both wildlife and indigenous communities. The Arctic's vulnerability is a stark warning for us all. The fate of the tundra is tied to our planet's future. Does seeing this fragile world change your view on climate urgency? From the poles, let's head to a cold desert shaped by mountains and sand. The Gobi awaits. Let's go. 19. Welcome to the Gobi, a cold desert stretching across northern China and Mongolia. Here, altitude and the rain shadow of the Himalayas create a land of extremes: scorching summers, freezing winters, and fierce winds. The Gobi isn't just sand. There are gravel plains, rocky mountains, and the famous singing sand dunes. Temperatures swing from over 40 degrees Celsius in summer to 40 degrees Celsius in winter. Survival here means enduring both fire and ice. Plants like the saxaul tree have deep roots and tiny leaves to conserve water. The wild Bactrian camel, with its two humps, is perfectly adapted to these harsh conditions, able to drink salty water and withstand both heat and cold. The Gobi bear, critically endangered, and the elusive snow leopard also call this desert home. Nomadic peoples have survived here for millennia, moving with the seasons and their livestock. Their portable yurts and deep knowledge of the land are keys to survival. The Gobi is a place where geology and climate collide, demanding resilience from all who live here. Would you rather face the Gobi's blazing summers or its bitter winters? Next, we travel to South America's windswept steppe Patagonia. Let's continue. Now, to South America's Patagonian desert, the largest in the Americas, shaped by the Andes and relentless wind. The Andes block Pacific moisture, leaving Argentina's plains dry and windswept. The wind here is legendary, sculpting the land and dictating how everything survives. The landscape is minimalist gravel plains, tough shrubs, and endless sky. Plants grow low and dense with deep roots to anchor against the wind and seek water. The guanaco, a wild relative of the llama, roams in herds, perfectly adapted to the cold and wind. Where there are guanacos, there are pumas, stealthy hunters in this open land. Other unique animals include the mara, a large rodent, and armadillos like the pichi. Though it seems empty, Patagonia has a deep human history. Nomadic Tehuelche hunters and ancient rock art tell stories of resilience. The wind strips away warmth and moisture, creating a land of silence and humility. Which is tougher for life, Patagonia's wind or the polar cold? Our final stop, a high-altitude American desert where ancient trees endure. Let's head to the Great Basin. Our last stop is the Great Basin Desert, the largest in the U.S., nestled between the Sierra Nevada and Wasatch Ranges. Its cold, arid climate comes from high elevation and the rain shadow of the Sierra Nevada. Most precipitation falls as winter snow, the main water source for the year. The landscape is a patchwork of basins and mountain ranges, creating diverse habitats. Sagebrush dominates the flats, while higher slopes host juniper, pinyon pine, and aspen. On the highest peaks, bristlecone pines, Earth's oldest non-clonal trees, cling to life, some nearly 5,000 years old. These ancient trees grow slowly, surviving where few others can, and stand as living monuments to endurance. Wildlife here is equally tough. Pronghorns race across the flats, mule deer migrate with the seasons, and pygmy rabbits hide in sagebrush. The basin floors hold remnants of ancient lakes, now salt flats and saline lakes, reminders of a wetter past. The Great Basin rewards those who look closer, revealing hidden wonders and stories of survival. The bristlecone pine's lesson resilience is about persistence, not just strength. Which strategy do you value more? Now let's reflect on what these cold deserts teach us. From polar ice to Patagonian wind, cold deserts prove that aridity, not heat, defines these extreme landscapes. They're places of silence, resilience, and stark beauty, filled with stories of survival and adaptation. Life finds a way, even in the driest, coldest corners of our world. Which frozen wasteland captivated you most? Antarctica's silence or Patagonia's wind? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey, like and subscribe for more explorations of Earth's wonders. Share this video with someone who loves the raw power of nature. Thanks for watching.